significant trauma. Removing the galleon to assess Kuva Lich viability. You are Queen Chosen, soldier. Greatness awaits you. Greatness. Or perhaps death.
Are you for real?
This system is straight garbage. Yo, who made this dog shit and told me to play it? Not DE. Not my DE, nah. Why'd they waste so much time making what Xmas units should have been? Right? That's crazy. Oh man, alright. Let's hop into this. Alright, so we're not gonna talk about the grind. I think enough people already talked about the grind and how it can be lessened and stuff like that, so I'm not really gonna get into that. Instead, we are going to talk about the main problems that I see, and it's some problems that people normally won't talk about because it's not really on their radars, because Warframe is such a grindy game. You don't really pay attention to the finer details unless it's just really in your face, and that is the animations, the fundamentals of the Kuva Lich, how it attacks you, how it challenges you, how it's quote unquote supposed to be a nemesis. You know, honestly, I don't care if it doesn't have a galleon like some people. I don't care if it doesn't evolve with you. But what I do care about is how it challenges you and how it fights. When I think of bosses, I think of the pinnacle of animation, the thing that separates a boss from regular enemies, and the Kuva Lich does not have that, and it's pathetic. Why did they waste so much time on creating Xmas units that should have that's literally all it should have been? There's nothing that separates the Kuva Lich from regular enemies except for its finisher animation. That's it. We're gonna talk about that in a second, but let's talk about the main points of why it's trash. Starting with their abilities, right? Why do they treat enemy abilities like Warframe abilities that instantaneously hit the player? Can someone explain that to me? Why? DE is not embracing their movement system. Aim gliding, sliding, bullet jumping, walking, running, right? Even their combat rolls that they just put in with Melee 3.0. These attacks you can't even dodge. I think I made a Kuva Lich I vanquished yesterday, right? She has this electric beam that she shoots out of her hand, and it instantaneously locks on to my character. What fun is that? You're telling me, as an animator, you couldn't have said, okay, you know what would be cool? What if we made her hand do like a sweep across the room, right? And if the player gets hit by it, they take massive amounts of damage, right? You couldn't have thought of like an attack like that? He says, you know what would be cool? And it'd be also a crazy cool factor. Them jumping over the beam and then like aim gliding and then shooting like blah 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 blah. That would be fucking sweet. And then how we can make it more challenging is that the first health bar she does only one sweep, and then the second one she would do two sweeps, you know, just kind of go back and forth to kind of surprise the player a little bit when the Kuva Lich gets a little bit lower, right? You're telling me no one couldn't have pitched this idea? DE needs to stop making AoE abilities instantaneous and make abilities that players can see and dodge and move. Movement. Embrace your movement system. Embrace your new combat, you know, your new combat roles, your melee system. You guys say that you're together, but at the same time, y'all is not thinking together. How can we integrate these systems together? This is Warframe's one of Warframe's biggest problems. All the systems are so out there and they're not intertwined. There's only a few things in the games that puts all that together. It's insane, right? And then let's talk about the Kuva Lich grab, right? You can't even dodge that, even with rolling guard, because it has a suction on you. It's sucking you in, so you can't even get up close and personal because it's drawing you in. So as soon as you get pulled in, even though you're invincible, you still go through the animation. The Kuva Lich grab should have just been the Karak Clash from Vindictus. Y'all struggle against each other, testing your strength, right? Testing your strength, seeing who could win. That's it. If you win, you do some crazy attack that damages their health, right? If they win, they do the finisher, with that they rightly deserve. DE saying, okay, well, we just gotta end this guy's career. They want challenge, they want to die so bad, alright, let's kill them. That's insane. Y'all smoking some fine rock over there. Some really good rock. I think before, you know, the system can be like improved, but I think the actual experience of fighting the Lich needs to actually improve, right? They could do a little tweaks here because, you know, they could just change up the numbers and stuff like that. But the animation team, the people who's creating like the effects and stuff like that, y'all need to sort that shit out, right? Because that is crazy. Y'all need to do a better job on making attacks. Prophet Taker, and Terrorist, even Lephantis, right? Not the yeah, maybe Lephantis too. Lephantis was pretty good, right? Those guys have decent attacks that you can see and dodge, right? That you can anticipate. The Kuva Lich does not have that, and it cannot be considered a boss, a mini boss, or a nemesis of any sort until that gets sorted out. And that's just me being honest. You know, the next video will be me talking about melee and how I feel like DE kind of missed out on a great opportunity. I think the melee changes are great, but I think they really missed out on a great opportunity. Alright, I'll see you guys next video. Peace.